You'll have to click that box, clear your
Got
screen,
it.
and let's find the seat and get down to business. I have muted everybody, so you're all muted. Good to go. So that primary practice that can be done multiple times a day for short durations. They're finding that that is a more successful, impactful way to add meditation to your life than to think of it in terms of doing one big, massive meditation. So getting to where you remember to calibrate, and from how I think of it, and I think in regards to Parkinson's or any, especially nervous system issue, that is a really good practice to add in, to where maybe every hour on the hour or every 3 hours or something like that, you just have a moment where you pause, you sit, you find your central pillar, you release and relax muscle tension, tissue tension. There's a sort of restorative refilling of the battery that happens when we become still and simple and quiet, so that you don't necessarily have to go take a full-on nap, in order to recharge, even though napping obviously is good and all of that. But just getting to where this becomes very common in your life, a moment of stopping, central pillar, releasing excess activity and tension. And every human being has this excess activity going on. But I think with Parkinson's, it just sort of shows up, right? It shows up in a shaking limb, or it shows up in a frozen state or something like that. But everyone has this excess activity going on that you would do well, we would do well as humans to pause, central pillar, release, allow, flow. So I'm going to mute you, Ilana. You're unmuted for some reason. Get you. Okay, good. So a few more breaths. And remember that sitting still doesn't mean holding yourself still. It means allowing for all subtle movement that wants to go through to happen. And so if the head wants to lean, wants to circle, if a shoulder wants to shrug up and then relax down, you want to shift your weight over to one buttock and then over to the other buttock. That usually releases tension in the lower back. A lot of times in the back, we're holding our back kind of like this. And when we shift and shift, it allows this kind of quality rather than this quality. So that's what we want to play with, just this freedom of movement. Because from the Taoist perspective, stillness is not the absence of movement, rather it's the absence of impediment or blockage to that which is flowing. Because again, we are flowing beings, blood flow, liquid flow, nerve flow, awareness. So by relaxing and releasing, we're making room for this flow. So as you're sitting, let's just spend a final 8-10 breaths. Allow any little adjustments, any movements to happen that feel good. And you might even get moments where there is no movement because the body is relaxed and the conduits are flowing unobstructed. Breath in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. But definitely get that nasal sinus space flowing as well. The breath needs to go through there to be conditioned, cleaned, humidified, warmed, and then make it into our lungs. And then it can go out the mouth just fine. And then again, bring it through that space. So the final few breath cycles. Just get this to be a home base for you. Tai Chi is essentially learning that this state of ease and open flow can be kept while executing the movements of your life, grabbing things, putting things over here, walking over there, turning around. All of that can be accomplished, and yet it can feel exactly like this state of ease and meditation and open freedom. That's the point. So I think that applies to Parkinson's perfectly. I think they're a marriage made in heaven in terms of what to do with your practice to move it as best as you can in the right direction. And then let's start in on our joint mobilization, just a couple rounds of each, just gentle, arch, and round. Arch and round. The more you practice this, you start to find all the little personalized adjustments. Maybe you lean a little, you drop the head. Again, it's just all based on where are you holding, where are you stuck. Each of us has different injuries, different lifestyles, different areas that need extra attention. But get to sense this quality of song, or soft, supple, liquid, fluid, easy, and keep that the whole time. As you're letting each of these joints shift through their ranges of motion. Now go into your rotation, turning to the right and turning to the left. It's easy, loose, fluid. And as we do our practice and we cue in on this idea of, oh, I can stay sung, I can stay soft and supple throughout an entire chair mobilization practice like we're doing, and then into the Tai Chi when we stand up and so on, then you start to find, oh, I can be in this state all the time. All the time. So practice that now. Stay loose. Stay easy. Come back to middle. Side. Lean. Left wrist floats. Left foot empty. Lean. Just soft. Finding this freedom that comes from releasing, opening, unclenching. And then training yourself just to always be in that state, and note you can move quite efficiently, in fact. One more each side. And upright. Shoulders come forward and up, back and down, under, forward and up, back and down. You might notice that in different classes we do different secondary and tertiary exercises. But in all of them, we do some of these basics, right? So these are the primary areas that the body gets stuck. Shoulder blades, chest, upper back is a big one. So keep that in mind, like there's sort of a hierarchy. Let's switch directions, go back, up and over. There's a hierarchy of what's important. And so that's why we have these common movements that we're always doing, because those are the most important. And scoot back a little bit. Let's go right knee up, push, up, set the foot down. Left knee up, push, down. Right knee. Foot and ankle, point and flex. Invert, evert. Circles. Circle the other way. So what we're doing today is, let's say, the minimum joint mobilization practice. Other side. This is the one you could do, and it shouldn't take us that long. It shouldn't take you that long. So you can do it once, twice a day, just to tune everything up, make sure everything is flowing. Circles. Reverse. Just when you feel your body starting to go into that congested, compressed state, you want to have this be the response option. Seated meditation, a little bit of joint mobilization, loosen things up, and then get back to business. Scoot forward. Let's take elbows bent, chicken wing, and squeeze down. Chicken wing and squeeze down. Now elbows back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up, and elbows out, cross and wrap, open, cross, wrap, open. One more of each. And release, loose, loose. Notice this one now. And so this abbreviated version of the swivels, where we just focus on, okay, lift your toes, turn internal, external. Just so that, again, the brain and the joint and tissue get this idea that, oh yeah, there's a space here. Open, close, open. And back to neutral. Hip distance. Fold. Rise. Lean back a little bit. And all these movements can be executed in the state of soft, relaxed. And the more you train it, the more you can accomplish in this state. And back to the middle, float the arms, Turn the palms up, reach up. Reach right hand higher, and then left hand higher, and right hand, left, right. Both up and soft. Both arms forward, up, all the way up. And forward, down, and release. Standing up and sitting down. Slide the feet back a little, loose arms. Fold at the hip crease, let everything stay relaxed. Body weight pours down through to the earth. Push down through the earth and stand up nice and tall. Remember, the emptiness is the skill. The relaxing as a skill, what it does for us is it empties out excess weight. So we're just loose. And when you come all the way up, you're just allowing all that weight to go down through to the earth. And then what's left here is as free and easy as it can possibly be. Fold. Sink. And one more. And then squats. So don't sit in your chair, but sink as if. Use this like you had to get something from the floor right in front of your feet. And then come all the way back up. Hips hinge back. Sink the butt, sink low. And all the way. Loose. Let those arms hang. Loose. And And then and you just keep your chair where it is. I just have limited space, so I'm moving that out of the way. Now, from your standing position, just lean a little bit forward towards the toes. Remember, you have more foot in front of the ankle, which is why the body can do what you see mine doing, which has this angle. But when I tip back into the heels, I don't have a corresponding diagonal. I have kind of a C curve as I move back from my middle to my heels to keep my balance. Forward, into the toes, back towards the heels, loose. Now add to it these loose liquid arms. When you rock forward, float them forward, not up, forward. And then they swing down and back behind you like a pendulum. So they're hanging loose, and so they don't become tense. Instead, they're so loose that they can float forward and back with this rocking of the body. Loose into the heels, into the toes, into the heels, into the toes, keeping your relaxed quality. Now stay in the heels, turn your palms forward, open. Go to the toes as you sweep the hands around and out in front, palms face up. Rock to your heels, bending elbows, bring hands in as if in the mouth. And then rock to the middle of your feet, hands come to the middle. Then that squat, hips back, sink. Soften the arms long. Push through the earth, stand back vertical. Now you're in the middle. From the middle, go back to the heels and open. Into the toes, sweeping around. Into the heels, hands coming in. Middle of feet, hands to middle, hips hinge back, opening up the courtyard, the space that you then sink and release. When you come up, keep your arms totally loose. A lot of times people come up and their arms are held. Keep them super loose. And then another round. Rock back, rock forward, rock back, rock middle through. One more. Back. Forward. Back. Middle. Through. Shogun. Wing. Roll. Fold. Settle. Pausing here. Hands cross and down. Left, right, yin yang, and all of its variations. So change your weight to your left leg, left arm reaching, right wrist floating up, right foot is empty, emptier, empty-ish. Change. Now your other foot should be emptier and the body slightly tipped the other way and the hands have switched. And then change. And then change again. Change. Get this moseying, leisurely quality, which keeps the body in the state of song, or soft and supple, but yet be thorough with the movement. So, Carolyn, notice my hands. They're very opposite each other, right? And then very opposite each other. And then very opposite. So they're changing while the lower half is also changing. Change. 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 Now keep this same rhythm, but start it on what's called the wheel, the left-right wheel. And the key to this one is that there's a specific path the arm goes up, as if tickling your armpit, and then out. Tickling armpit. Loose. You're going into the leg of the arm that's going down. So I'm in this leg as this hand goes down, and then in this. So Ilana, notice how it's just forward. So when I turned sideways, it was to show you the difference, but the relationship of the movement is just forward. And also notice that when my hand comes up, I'm not coming up this way. I'm not doing that. I am doing this. This. So don't come up over the top. Come under, out. This is the wheel. There you go. And hand high, press down as this wrist floats up. And then flatten this hand, press down. This hand floats up. Press down. Down. Notice the legs. I'm changing. This is empty. This is full. And then change. 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 Press. So again, notice what my hand is doing. Press. And then press. As this one's pressing, this is loose. And then it's press. My hand stays flat when I come down. Press. And then it relaxes as this hand press. 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 And then both hands down, wing, roll, hold over top. Settle, 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 settle down to the belly. Stand for a moment. Hands cross, and they come down. 5 fingers touch. Arms are above the diaphragm. Open. Close. Open. Close. Now, when you open, go into your right leg, which is that way for you. And my right leg is this way for me. So as I go into my right, you go into your right, and then go into your left leg as you close. Open. Close. So Ilana, go into your right leg when you open. Go to your right. So that's your left, Ilana. Go to your right leg. Put your body weight in your right leg, into your right leg, into your left leg, into your right leg, into your left leg. So again, you're still doing the opposite of what I'm saying. When you open, your right leg is this leg for you. So put your body weight over there. That's correct. Yes, right? And you stay there. This is my right leg. So I'm in my right, you're in your right. Stay in your right leg. Then go into your left leg as you close. That's correct. Go into your right leg. Yep. Your left leg. Bring the hands down a little bit. Keep the same thing going. Go into your right leg, your left leg, your right, your left. Keep doing that. Hands right above the belly button here. Opening, closing. Opening, closing. Opening. And Nancy, notice my hands, when they come back, they're staying at this middle level. So don't swing them down here yet. That's the third one that we're about to do. Right? So keep them at that middle. There you go. Good. Opening, closing. Opening, closing. Now the final one, put the hands right in front of the groin area. Opening, closing. Opening, closing. This is called opening and closing the 3 basin. Close. Open. Close. Open. Close. Now, shogun. Wing, roll, fold, settle. Hands crossed. Put your body weight into your right leg, my left leg, right? So now I'm your mirror again. Your right arm forward, right, from that shoulder. Your left arm back. And your left foot empty. My right foot, your left foot. Now, switch. And switch. And switch. 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 Loose, soft, relaxed body. So the limbs are just sliding, loosely moving through space. This section that we're now doing is all goes under the name shuai shou, which means swinging arms or throwing arms in Chinese. So this is one shuai shou. Let's do another one. Let everything come to stillness. And then we open. And then wrap the arms, hug, open, switch, which one is on top? Open and smack. Open and smack. Open. And relax. Now, this one has a rotational quality. So if I turn around, you can see this hand smacks with the back of the hand. And again, just be loose and let the body turn naturally to allow for the movement. We don't put too much force into it, so we're not, hammering away on the joints in the movement. We're just gently coaxing a sort of looseness throughout. And back to an easy stillness. Bring the hands up in front. Imagine you have a ball in your hand that you're going to bounce on the ground. Now, from here, stick your butt back just a little bit and sink the butt just a little bit. And so then when you bounce the ball down, your arms end up swinging up a little behind you. And then you drop them down and they float up. So the emphasis on both ways is on the down, and the up happens in response. And then down, up, boom, boom. And notice also, I'm not coming up like this every time. So that's another hallmark of this movement. We want to stay in this little bouncy position so that the body has a little bounce. There's a loosening. So we're staying sort of butt back a little, knees. We're doing a little bit of this in there. 3 more. And up. Now this next one is interesting and a little complicated. So recall in previous classes, when we do this position and we cross and we come down and then we cross and come up and open. So just remember that we've done this before. So it's that movement on top of something else here. So empty your left foot a little bit, turn the foot out 5 degrees, change your weight into your left foot and put your right foot in front. So right foot is a little bit out in front, not too much. So now be in your back leg, your left leg, and have your arms open. Now, whichever foot is in front, that wrist is the one that goes over top. So now we shift the weight into the front leg, bring those hands over and cross. Now stay in your front leg, swing and come back up to the crossed position. Then go into your back leg, open. Come up and over, go into your front leg. Now stay in your front leg, swing and back up, and then into your back leg, open. Great job. Up and over into your front leg and swing. And back. So it's kind of a settle. And then we come up and over and swing. And settle. Couple more. And the emphasis, even though we're changing from leg to leg, is down through and down through. So we're getting all the way to the ground and all the way to the ground. Through the feet, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground. This is called opening, unfolding, closing, and folding. Opening, unfolding, closing, folding. Zheng Fu Jai Die. Now let's switch feet. So bring that right foot back, change the weight, put the left foot out. Now that'll be left wrist, your left wrist, my right, your left, on top. So come into your front leg, have this cross wrist position, stay in your front leg as you swing and come up, and then go into your back leg as you open and unfold. Into your front leg as you close and fold, swing, swing, open, unfold. Close and fold, open, and notice how my arms come all the way down, Nancy, all the way down. So that from down here, they can go all the way up over and then come down and swing through, and then all the way up and all the way down. And down rather than what often happens is back and you get jammed, down. And then up, over, swing. Back. Up, over, and swing. These are all Schweisho, or swinging arms. They have a certain quality, which is this this freeing quality. But that doesn't mean we want to be sloppy and sort of throwing the body all around. We want to stay organized. So it's that softness that helps us keep that quality, even though there's this, you could say, ballistic. There's something sort of ballistic about it, some momentum, some oomph. All right, and down. Shogun. Now what's called opening heaven, closing earth. So watch here. Open, close, have your right hand go on the outside. My right hand also on the outside. So again, it's going to look opposite, but cross, lift, open, down. Again, right wrist on the outside. Cross, lift, open, down. Now, as you cross, go into your left leg. So I'll turn this way so you can see it. Go into your left leg as you're crossed, lift, and then into your right leg. Open, down. Into your left leg, cross and lift. Into your right leg, open heaven, down. Into your left leg, closing earth. Up, open heaven, closing earth. Again, open going into your right leg, into your left leg, into your right leg, left leg. So by doing the leg change, there's a couple reasons why, but one of them is just it keeps this sort of flow rather than us just standing in place. It keeps this quality of flow. Now we reverse. Open, go out, palms face the ground. Go into your left leg as you close. Now this is specific here. Close, fold, down through the middle. Again, open. Palms are flat to the floor as they close, fold, down, open, close, fold, down. So again, this is another one of those to the right, left things. So open, be in your right leg, close into your left leg, fold the hands, bring them down. Open, close, down through the middle. Open, close, down. Open, close. Continue. Go to your right as you open. It'll look opposite of me now because I'm facing you. But that's just something you want to get good at. Be able to switch between mirroring me and seeing my left, my right, your right. So be able to switch between those two states. That's a nice little obstacle for your brain to be able to do that. And it at first feels super weird. And then it becomes something you can just see. And down. Shogun. And change your weight now to your right leg, my left leg. So I'll be your mirror again. Bend the elbow. Right elbow. Left arm is loose. Now reach forward and diagonally and slightly up. Turn the palm face up and stay long as you come down, under, all the way to this side, and then just a soft bend of the elbow. And this is loaded up, so now it's like a spring that can release up and out. Turn the palm up, stay long. Come underneath, bend the elbow. Reach. Stay long. So naturally, this one is really good at helping us change weight leg to leg and turn from our waist. And eventually we feel how the turning of the waist is what causes that weight change into your left, into your right, into your left, into your right. Now take an edge off, soften something somewhere, relax effort. So it's a little lazier. Now that doesn't mean it gets sloppy. Still be precise. Reach down. One more. Now, same arm complementary movement. Under, reach up to that corner, palm facing forward as you draw a circle over top and down to your side. Under, reach, over top, down to your side. Under and reach, over top, down to your side. Organized around stillness, around the middle. Make sure you let the body turn. The body is turning this way, and it's also got to turn this way. Let it turn, and then let it turn, and let it turn. One more. Now, weight into your left leg, bend left elbow, reach to that diagonal, turn the palm up, stay long through the limb, come down, under, turn, bend the elbow. Reach, stay long, 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 and then right here, just softly bend the elbow. Reach, turn the palm up, stay long the whole way so that it helps us open up this circle. We're getting a circle available, cleaning out. And we're also getting some spirals because here the palm is facing down and then we're rotating palm up. So we're getting some of the spiral work. Same arm, complementary exercise. Under and reach to this corner, and then over top, down to this side. Under and reach to the corner, your weight should be in the right leg, body turning right, and then weight shifting to left leg as your body turns somewhat left. somewhat turn right, reach, somewhat turn left, return. Looser, softer, more organized around softness and simpleness and the sort of stillness that's present when we're relaxed. Yet we're still moving, 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 but there's a stillness the whole time that we want to find as like our home base. There's stillness in movement. One more. Now, first exercise, but we're going to double it up. So bend right elbow, reach. Now, from here, as you turn your palm up and it starts coming down, just bend left elbow. Then from here, reach. As you reach, that right hand finishes its movement. Turn left palm up as it's coming down, bend right elbow. Reach. Stay long, turn the palm up. As it's coming down, bend left elbow. Reach. So the brain challenge here is right here. See how my hands are doing two different things. And then this is finishing, this is reaching. And then as that's on its way down, that has to happen so that then you can finish. And then as that left hand's coming down, bend right elbow and reach. Second exercise, under to the corner. Now, as that comes over the top, this hand comes under and gets to that corner. As that goes over the top, we're turning, turning, turning. The other hand comes under, gets to that corner, over the top, under, over the top. Other hand, under, over the top, under, over the top, under, over the top, under. A few more. This movement helps us when we do it right, when we're just kind of relaxed and casually doing it. It's really opening up our middle. It's helping us find that place that's sort of a constant when whether we are left or right, turned left or right leg, whether our arm is circling right arm or left arm, inside or outside, but we're finding this middle. Last one, just let that arm come down by your side. Shogun. Closing. And palms face each other. Make soft fists, soft little cotton fists. So remember when we do our tiger claw into a fist, and I talk about how there's room in here. We don't want to jam the fist all tight, and that actually creates more strain than we would want. So soft cotton fist. So just do that a couple of times. Open, cotton fist. Open, cotton fist. So that little gesture is present in this next movement. So step a little bit wider than you normally are standing. Have your toes turned out a little bit. Again, all of this is negotiable. How open or not open is based on how you're feeling, how your knees feel. But get just a little bit of that. And then just a little bit of a sit. So sit the hip joint just a little bit. So we're in this little stance here, and you've got your two fists. Now, belly lumbar, that level, we're going to turn from there. Turn. Now, as you turn, extend your soft cotton fist. Now, notice if I change my relationship, I'm just extending my fist. I'm not punching it across my body, but it's ending up over here. My fist is aiming over here because I'm turning, and I'm also opening this groin area. So again, the fist is here. It isn't here. So it's here. It's forward at a diagonal. So fist. Now open both fists, and then draw that fist back. And as you do, turn from your middle and extend the other fist. Open the fist, soften everything, and then reclaim the fist as you draw right fist back and extend left fist. And then soften the hands and then draw back. Turn. Now, groin area is closing, opening, and then opening, closing, switching. And then from that waist level, we're turning. So turn and extend, soften at the end. Turn, drawing one back, extending the other, and then soften. So Ilana, right there, your right fist should be out and your left fist should be pulled back into your body. And you're also doing this, it looks like, instead of this. You see how my fist is going forward, forward, and then draw back, punch. There you go. Draw back, punch. Draw back and punch. Another way this is described is kind of like you're turning some sort of a steering wheel that's horizontal. So you're turning and then turning. Now the weight should go into the side that the fist is ending up on here. So I'm turning and the weight goes in this leg. Turn. Turn. So there's a firming and then a release, soft hand. And then make the fists, pull back one, extend the other. Now notice how I'm not all over the place with this. It's organized. Organized. So what I'm really getting is this pivot. 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 So stay soft, relaxed, allow the weight down through the earth, or down to the earth through the body, and then just turn. And back, shogun. Hands down, palms face each other again. Arms are hanging down, but they're kind of in front of the body because again, we're in this same little empty hip, little squat, little athletic ready position. Rather than standing up locked with our hands here, find this loose quality here. Palms are facing each other. Now swing the hands up about chest height. Palms still facing each other generally. And then like two pendulums under and up. And under and up. Under. And up. Now that same waist turning, we have to turn the waist that way and then turn the waist this way. This opposite quad has to open to allow this movement to not be in the knees. So this is a really good one to help us find the interior real estate. Now, coming up your left side, over the top, down your right side, a slight sink, under, up, a slight raising up in the body, over, and then as the hands come down, just a light sink, just a little softening through the joints. Up, over, down, under, up and over, down. Two more. Now swing it under and up to this other side, and then pause and under, up, over, down, under, floating and rising, over top, sinking, under and up, over and down. A few more. Just flowing. Noticing again, you can stay soft. Again, we need, of course, a spark of intent, a spark of your mind saying, hey, body, do this particular thing, right? So it doesn't happen without that intent of the mind, but we just want to make sure we're not adding a whole bunch of muscle tension, grip, effort, and force that actually doesn't need to be there, and in fact is making us sort of fight our own body to accomplish the movement. We can just be as soft as possible. Yeah. One more. And settle back to middle. Very loose, very relaxed. Now, hip circles. Push your hips forward a little bit. So as you push your hips forward, let your upper body just kind of lean back. Drop your arms. And then push your butt back a little bit, like you're getting ready to sit in a chair, but you don't actually sit. And then come back up. Hips forward. And hips back. Forward. And what we hopefully can feel here is this loose, hanging, relaxed upper body, this groundedness. And then when we move from the hips, the upper body just kind of counterbalances naturally, right? Which is very different than if I'm thinking, oh, I have to grab my shoulders and move them back. Instead, you do nothing and just hips forward, the upper body leans back naturally. Hips back, the upper body rounds forward naturally, right? And this is very hard for people. So if you're able to do this at all, count that as very good. This is helping you move from your middle. Now, hips off to your right, upper body just softly to the left. Hips back to middle, and that should, if you're relaxed enough, just correct your posture. And then hips to the your left, your upper body naturally to the right. So that again is different than me staying frozen here and forcing this, right? That's one thing. This is something else where I'm actually moving from the pelvis and leg bones, and the upper body's just appropriately tilting. I'm not going too far. I'm not forcing it. Okay. Now middle, and we're going to do a circle with hitting those 4 points that we just touched. So start by going off to your right. Hips are to the right. Upper body is just hanging out. And now hips forward. The upper body should just sort of lean back. Hips to your left, your upper body ends up leaning to your right. And then hips back, your upper body is dangling. Hips go over to your right, and forward, and around, and back. see if you can just get a few of these circles. The size of the circle is not important. Or what is important about it is that it's not too forced, is that it's something you can just allow everything to be comfortable. I'm going to turn sideways to see if that helps you see. Notice my butt goes behind me. It's off to this side, then it's forward. The pubic bone is forward and around. I'm just getting this loosening quality. And then let's switch directions. Just circle around. So even though all these parts are changing where they are in space a little bit, the head, the shoulders, the arms, the hips, what can also be felt is a constant state of balance. So you're balanced even while you're in all these different positions, because balance isn't some body position in relationship to the floor. It's a quality, and that soft quality that allows everything to stay related to each other. Two more. Just circling. Loose shoulder blades, loose arms, loose head, loose neck. Right? And then back to center. Hands together, rub palms. Rub the back of one hand. Palms. Back of other hand. Palms. Quad. Groin area. Hip flexors. Sacrum. Up onto the lumbar. And then clear the yang channel, sitting like a squat. Come around, come up the inseam, all the way past the groin to your middle, to your navel. Quad. Hip flexors. Sacrum. Lumbar. And clear the back outer side of the legs. Come up the inner front side of the legs to the navel. One more. Quad. Hip flexor. Sacrum. Lumbar. Clear. And finally, up the outer. Down. Up. Down. Up. Switch arms. Up. And seal. 1, 2. Taoist bow. Hand mudra. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Find your seat. Make sure you know where your chair is when you go for the seat.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.